Another company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the south side as the austere player just won. And his ally, the OKW player, ElZocko. Spawn on the north side as the armor company. We have Insane Spanky and his teammate Nosliw. I honestly have no idea. Once again, another name I can't really say. Nosliw. I don't honestly know how to pronounce a W at the end of a name for some odd reason. Nosliw? Either way. Do got assault engineers being deployed on the front line. As a quicker reinforcement squad, we do got riflemen just coming out as well. We got an austere sniper. Over here, do got the CoH2 and Grenadier. He did manage to build some barbed wire here with his rear echelon before these, well, not in time. There's still a little bit of a hold here. We do get the austere sniper here to support the Storm Pioneers. Storm Pioneers are in this side of this building. There are enough for 3 men up here to fire at once, but of course the building will get disintegrated quite quickly, even by rifle fire. I mean, look at these assault engineers ripping apart the building itself. Of course, assault engineers are not that good. They cost 280, but they just melt away way too quickly to be any effectiveness. Any effect. You got some riflemen behind the heavy cover here. We'll probably win out. This squad is very damaged thanks to the assault engineers. We got another squad of riflemen, so he has an ample amount of infantry available. You got the center point being secured up by the Axis players. We do got this point being secured up by Axis players, and this point being secured up by the Allies. Grab my can of root beer. I hear the rear echelon engaging these Volksgrenadier. The Volksgrenadier are very low health, so they can probably will lose out to these rear echelon, but somehow dancing back and forth like that, not exactly ideal. We'll start melting away these opposing models, but we'll receive some losses as well because they were dancing around for some odd reason. We got some rifle moving forward. We'll displace the Volksgrenadier. Do got the austere sniper still poking away. There's also some supporting grenadiers as well as a reinforcing MG42 team. This building is probably not a very good spot because there's a huge line of sight blocker here. Looks like riflemen will start making the advance over here as well. The CoH2 very close to death, but we'll find some repairs soon. Pioneers are inside the heavy garrison. All 4 of their submachine guns are firing, but they're not exactly great at mid-range or at long. It looks like we got, based on the fuel consumption, I think, yes, we do in fact have Lieutenant Tech by Insane Spanky. If I go for Lieutenant then to Captain, then use his doctrinal assets instead of taking up the Major. We do also got LMG's bazookas unlock is cheaper, as well as bazooka range. Personally, I probably would have gone bazooka penetration as well, instead of the supplies. And also getting riflemen gain veterancy faster, so a bit unusual bulletins. Lieutenant is now out. He also got himself a mortar, so he has a nice mixture of a force. Two engineers, one of them good at CQB, and 3 riflemen who are good at mid to long range weapon guys in comparison to each other. Over here, we do got the austere sniper, a very balanced force here. The sniper pick off, as well as the grenadiers to engage. Over here, we have just straight up 4 riflemen. Quite a common build. Storm Pioneers are closing in upon them, but rifle grenade doing severe amount of damage. He would have focused fire if he would have stopped moving right now. Get them. Oh, but they're reloading. The reloading prevent the squad wipe. We may see an AA half track. I would like to see an AA half track by Insane Spanky. He should have enough soon. He needs a bit more. Now he does. Here's smoke coming on in from the light 60mm mortar. I think 6. Well, even though it's 81mm mortar there, in the campaign it's a 60mm mortar in description. And with a shorter range, it might as well be the 60mm. You got the MG team now garrisoning up this building.
We have a new scout car.
The 222 is now deployed out by the Austria player. That's quite common. It's a decent all-range light vehicle. Decent versus other light vehicles, and also decent versus infantry. Doesn't really excel at one thing or another, other than mobility and reconnaissance. Just get able to see that additional link. So the mortar team will be collapsed upon soon. There's no line of sight blocker, so he will be receiving some fires now. But we're currently over negative ground. This is a quite blobby fast engagement, and the lieutenant and the rifleman squad will just rip apart these squads. 2 now engaging at max range, trying to hit that mortar team. You got us supporting the Ken Woofer now for the OKW player, and you also got doctrinal lock-in of the special weapons doctrine, which of course gave the infiltration grenades as well as infrared SDG-44s for the Obersoldaten. Their name just drew a blank on me. MG team will get flanked. Good to go ahead and reposition in order to engage the other units. Oh! There goes their rifle grenade. Will wipe out that squad. The blow was by the US player. You got an M20 coming out as well as ambulance. Both good options. The AT mines can be very potent. You don't really expect the AT mines by US players anyways, but you do see the assault engineers, so he actually has access to AT mines without needing through the assault engineers. So he doesn't need the M24 mines. So I would have gone for the AA half track. You got this crew will be forced back. There's no rifle grenades to quickly snipe it off. M20 may have just deployed a mine. I heard the task ready, crew ready. Well, task done, crew ready. There may be an M20 mine somewhere, an M6 mine. I don't see what. We do got Stewart out if I haven't really said that. The armor upgrade is not complete. Do got a pack. That pack is a very good option in order to deal with the opposing light tank and vehicle. These units are getting hit quite a bit thanks to the assault engineers. You will need to put away the minesweeper and not be any effective in combat. Austria sniper still poking away. Currently at 9 kills. Next shot will result in him to get Star Veterancy, most likely. Smoke coming on out, perhaps trying to rush down the sniper. Currently he's camouflaged, so he can go ahead and hold fire. And you got the Panzer Grenadiers as well as the MG42 team. He will, of course, that was smoke from the mortar team. I don't think he has frag grenades unlocked. He may. Do got the M20 vehicle crew popped out. Will net him getting a couple penetrating hits and following up rifle shots. Will destroy the vehicle. He has enough crew members left to remand to the M20. Maybe eyeing for laying down a mine as well. No, he's trying to eye running down the sniper, but there's enough Panzerfaust here to ward it away. Do have a smoke coming on out to prevent the Kenworth from firing as well. It was not cloaked, so he saw it quite well. Pack howitzer coming on out for a good indirect fire. My favorite indirect fire piece in the game. Ooh, this low health Grenadier squad losing a couple models to the Stewart. No additional assets. Has a huge amount of resources stored up. Oh, double tap on the M20, killing it off, and the wreckage will get entirely destroyed by the lag shot. Storing up quite a bit of resources. He could go for a captain, get an AT gun. We just got a huge expenditure. I think that was in fact a major, not eyeing to save up for mass M20 spam, but deciding to tech up. He's far from the CP from getting a good spam out anyways, or any initial units, but he would have quite a bit stored up for spam. So either is actually a possibility of getting out the heavier assets or saving for the spam. Spam! The M10 spam, while I don't like it how they can crush... Oh, this bundle grenade! Ooh, there goes the light shot. We'll finish off the rest of that squad, wiping it out. Ooh, the pack howitzer getting a very good hit there. I was saying out them, and the M10 spam is very potent versus anti-armor. Only thing I would say is M10s shouldn't be able to crush infantry. That's the only thing I would say they need to be balanced with.
There's a major reporting for action.
You got the major now on out. Now you can of course call in for forward reinforcement point. He has a huge amount of manpower float. He can invest into fuel caches or for a couple browns to secure this flank. We do in fact have a demo charge here. He's trying to lure him over it. And remember, assault engineers can also lay down the demo charges. He's not going to the location. He's eyeing to secure up the point. I'm not sure if he caught wind of it. We do got the bazooka from the M20 being resecured here. However, sadly enough, he didn't get the Panzerschreck as well for a potent immobile anti-tank squad. Reference squad will get ripped apart, no problem. It's got to be very careful and not actually press this button. Ooh, but the lag also, he needs to make sure he stays away from it, or else the lag may accidentally hit it as well, causing it to detonate. Lieutenant's getting hit. Major will actually secure a point. Or try to, anyways.
Weapon rack is now open.
So huge manpower float. I would say a Browning and fuel caches would be ideal. More and more demo charges coming on out from the assault engineers. I don't believe I see any casualties crawling around, so they probably do not have vision of it. G34 team will secure up the point. That could have been a very deadly shot if he would have retreated actually a bit later. Pack howitzer engaging the G34. The mortar team will get decrewed, and this pack howitzer team will receive a grenade assault, but it's a large miss with a scouter, just only doing damage, and that's fine. It's an indirect fire piece, not like it's going to be the health will be all too much important. We do got the sniper engaging over here. I hear a number of explosions over here. Looks like a bundle grenade. We do got the some bars coming on down. The pioneers are soaking up the damage away from the Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers will go in close range, but they're down on model. They could Rifleman could actually won that out most likely. Both demo charges are still up. We do got this mortar team that has not been reclaimed. He has not rebuilt that rifleman squad that went down. And he has a huge fuel float. He could invest in the major. If he hasn't already. He has not. And his ally is very close to getting a Sherman tank out. A Sherman tank will be an excellent option. Dude got major already coming on in. Stewart will get spotted. He needs to recruit that now. He's going to receive a lot of additional fire, losing one models. But he has enough models left to recrew it, which is all he needs at the moment. Rifleman coming on out, trying to hit the Pack Howie, but the Pack Howie will, of course, run away. We got an M10 now coming on out. He making that major not really worth it. He could have got a Sherman tank. A Sherman tank would have been a much better option. The HE rounds will just rip apart these squads. He better not be trying to go for M10 crushes. He really should have gone for a Sherman tank. Flag is still out. We do have one Browning, 2 Brownings now out. So he will invest his manpower float. His allies has been manpower float. Actually getting another Pack Howie wouldn't be a half bad option. Or AT guns. Both of them good options. Let's see, he is investing into another Pack Howie, which will give them an impressive amount of indirect fire, while the standard range is still standard mortar range with very good AoE. And his barrage ranges can reach almost anything. What was that? I heard almost like there was a flare mine. We do got 2 AT guns hit. The Stewart will, of course, fall behind this line of sight blocker. But I could have sworn I heard a flare mine. There's nothing on the field that can build a flare mine, so I'm not really sure what I heard. Over here, Rifleman squad will be forced back. There's a Flamer squad. These units will receive huge damage. They got focus fired. The Flamer squad didn't do all too effective. There's no weapon racks over here. These squads are getting ripped apart. They did, in fact, throw out a frag grenade. They do have frags available. And we do get this Browning engaging, but will not suppress the pin down the squad in time. They will, of course, walk forward. But if they would have been in the water, they would have received less damage because water puts out fire. Water does reduce flame damage by 50%, or at least by flamers. I'm not too sure by incendiary grenades. We've got a Panzer IV coming on out, so an AT gun is required. Both players do not have one, but we do have the M10. M10 does get first strike, but there's a number of supporting Panzerfaust available. You see he's a hit there, rolls a miss in return, so they're both on equal standing with their supporting infantry to help ward them away.
We lost a gun crew.
Still got the Major out. One of the demo charges have been removed, but I don't see any explosion. It must have got swept. Grenadier squad going way too far forward. Pack Howie did not get decrewed. Stewart's still alive for fire support. Sniper is still alive as well. Currently at 22 kills. Received a miss from the Stewart. So no doctrine locked in by the blue US player. We do got a number of SDGs available here. SDGs being very problematic. Panzer IV still rolling around. We do got some good hits here and there from the Pack Howies. And the Pack Howies probably should start to... Oh! Is that a double hit? He took a bit more damage than from one AT gun. I wasn't sure why. Pack Howitzers, of course, they do have the barrages. Look like they're on cooldown. At the moment, they do have extensive cooldown. MG42 here will be a very good hard counter to any random infantry squads trying to move forward. But I think the Major's eyeing for some Major arty. Will gets briefly spotted there. He will not be able to cast Major arty in time. Just did not have enough munitions. He needed 60. Now he does have 60. Flag engaging this Browning, and thanks to the artillery flares, allowing some good spotting. Panzer IV engaging, but however, this rear echelon squad could get hit by the demo charge. If he would have shot a bit wide, he could detonate it to do some damage, but he will not. However, he wouldn't wipe it, so he didn't detonate. Maybe he wasn't paying attention also. But oh, he should have tried falling back, baiting them over to this demo charge. Over here, I don't see much happen, but do got an assault over here with a couple of riflemen. He will spot it out. He could have force fired it, not use a rifle grenade. You got a Sherman tank now out. He does have HE rounds equipped. Note, he has HE rounds equipped. You got a sniper being focus fired, but the Grenadier squad is also another prime target. There goes a sniper. You will not get the Grenadier, however. The sniper more than paid for itself. Over here, we do got a Jagdpanzer here. And the rifle echelon trying to move forward, but they will find. Oh, you could see a mass Panzerfaust. We do also got the Sheer Panzer quarters. The Panzerfaust will, of course, came to kill. The Sheer Panzer quarters being very defensive. I don't blame him, and he actually saved his allies' Panzer IV, most likely. You got a dropped Browning here. He could ping this ally, hey, get a Grenadier to pick it up. That will be a very potent asset for a Grenadier. You got a Scott out. Honestly, why would you go for a Scott? Your ally already has 2 pack Howies, so you don't need more indirect fire. You could have gone for Jackson for AT. You could have gone for Sherman Bulldozer for heavy H or heavy HE. Jackson for AP or Sherman Bulldozer for heavy HE, not a Scott. Wrong time for a Scott, I would say. You got this Browning in a very good position. He also has plenty of anti-infantry assets. He needs AT. A Jackson would have been an excellent option. And we got this Scott skirting the edge of the range, but the Kenworth will get a nice shot in, wiping out the Scott. The Stuart is still barely alive, but barely. We got the Major equipped with a bazooka, may have been dropped from something. Perhaps by the M20. No, that was picked up by the Zoom Pioneer, never mind. Oh, but there goes the Major. Sherman tank now trying to get hit by a Panzerfaust, perhaps. But will be suppressed by the Browning. We got the M1 AT gun now sitting on up. There's a now Stug out, as well as the Panzer IV. We do have multiple tanks. We do have the Doctrine blocked in Jaeger armor for the Elephant, and as well as spotting scopes. Do we have spotting scopes on this? We do in fact have spotting scopes on the Stug. Very nice. Elephant Tank Destroyer is now available. He has a huge manpower flow. He could invest into some cash, which he actually has built a fuel cache, you can see. Perhaps buy more something else, perhaps more packs. We will have that sort of overlaps with your AT gun. So perhaps even mortars, just a couple mortars right another mortar here for indirect fire to help wither his opponent's infantry. Looks like the AT gun and MG42 will get displaced by a large flanking, wide flanking rifleman squad. He could actually really garrison that squad inside this house. I think it's also a stone house, so it's very resilient. Jagdpanzer trying to engage the Sherman tank. We'll get a couple hits, not enough to get a kill. We do got Veteran C2 on one of these, so we will have, of course, the HE barrage available for the pack howitzer. We also got an AT grenade, but the model that was doing it will get killed off. But still, if that was beyond max range, I would assume that he will cancel. It will cause a cancel then. Not too concerned if it's going down. We do got Jackson out by the one US player, and he's now repairing up his Stuart as well as his Sherman tank. And a little bit of a lag spike right there, but not too big of one. Stug and Jagdpanzer being very problematic for any armored advancement. But you got not going for snare, very nice. That's a very good thing because you wouldn't be able to get it. We do get the dual pack howls iron to barrage down this lag with 2 of them there. He will get a very good hit there. And they will both send down one more round. We'll get the wipe with the HE barrage, and we'll finish off the last man as he runs away. You got a captain out by this one player. Pack howls are in range as well. These units will help start slowly whittling away. Sherm tank is equipped with HE, getting a very good hit right there. Shug just gradually engaging. It's not very good versus infantry with his main gun. But I'm not so sure how effective the main gun is. But its main gun is now designed for AT. Originally it was not. It was in some sort of weird mid zone where it didn't really do either. We got the Panzer IV over here. And we do got the Jackson now moving or to engage the Panzer IV. The Stuart is here to the spot. He could try go for the show shock, which will blind his opponent, or he could try going for the damaged engine. And thanks to the spotting scope, he will of course be able to self-spot with these vehicles. You got some smoke coming on out by the lieutenant, and the AT gun, M1 AT gun will miss. No more demo charges. There's still a defending Browning team, so he has an ample defense. No, an AT gun will be an even better AT defense, just so to prevent any armored advancement. You got a huge amount of riflemen here. They are very vulnerable to any AoE attacks, such as lags. Panzer Grenadiers sustain a lot of bit of fire. He will fall back before losing a single model. We'll lose one model now. You got a Stuka barrage coming on down. A large spread here. Trying to hit the pack howitzers. We'll decrew one. Then we'll decrew AT gun as well. Very good barrage. You got a snare on the Jagdpanzer, but there's a nearby Sturm Pioneer to repair it up. It will take no time to repair that up.
To request more powerful units. The enemy is attempting to steal our
Still no doctrinal lock-in. He doesn't have enough munitions for P-47s. He can go for Pierce for heavy and direct fire, but he already has 2 pack howitzers, so he doesn't really need that. He just has too much already locked in his loadout. You don't need both infantry and tactical support. He already has 2 pack howitzers. There's another inflicting indirect fire unit. We do got a Sherman bulldozer now out. It is, of course, more resilient than the regular Sherman tank. Be a good damage soak for any nearby Jacksons, if you would actually get any, instead of getting a Scott, which died very quickly. Sherman tank does receive a bounce there. Jackson will go ahead and engage, but there's a number of tank destroyers here. We'll receive 2 decisive shots. We'll receive a mortar onto the AT gun as well. You need AT guns really in order to engage this force, but the M1 AT gun is not very good versus Jagdpanzer. It does great versus austere unfit 2 tanks, as well as Stugs. The Jagdpanzer has quite a bit of frontal armor. It's a bit problematic. We got a frag coming on out. We'll roll a large miss. He does have enough for another Jackson, which he really does need another Jackson. AT guns now moving forward. We'll receive 2 penetrating hits, 2 shots left until death. We'll receive another hit there, but we'll get away no problem. Panzer Grenadiers on negative ground getting ripped apart. We'll drop one. We'll wipe one. And he will claim a Panzer Strike, a very potent AT option. He has been only single equipping those riflemen with bars as well, so you can pick up those Panzer Strikes. Stuka barrage coming on in. Oh, that's going to be devastating. If he hits the retreat path, oh! Just slightly off. He will decrew this AT gun. Will do severe amount of damage to the Browning. This one has, I don't think it has been recruited. Panzer. Brumbar. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. I like that. Their opponents have been blobbing quite a bit, so that is a very potent option. This one. The Jagdpanzer and Stuck has received quite a bit of anti-tank fire. Oh, and that German bulldozer being very problematic. You will recruit the AT gun, but that's a very... Oh no, using as cover. You can actually use the stuff as cover. You can use vehicles as cover as well. Brumbar will destroy the AT gun. Yeah, you can actually use vehicles as cover, as you can see here, but it only really works along the side. But that's still better than nothing. For example, if I were to select this unit, you see here, you can get heavy cover. Of course, the landscape is a bit problematic. Look, you can get heavy cover there, heavy cover here, heavy cover here. Captain, very close to death. Because the Brumbar is death for infantry. Oh, I think there's a Calliope. Yes, we do in fact have the first Calliope now out on the field. But the pack howitzers is more than plenty, but I suppose with the Stukas and Foods, you can't really rely on pack howitzers anymore. We've got a large number of assault guns here. The AT gun is getting hit by the Brumbar, very good option for it. We do got multiple penetrating hits onto the Stug. Oh, that was a big miss, but hitting the AT gun should be his priority. Protect his vehicles so they can have everlasting sustain. Oh, there goes the AT gun, now decrewed. Grounding still alive. Just barely. Do got Stukas and Fruits Barrage coming on in. We destroyed the Browning, the AT gun, as well as the Pack Howie. Two of them, however, decrewed. Were already decrewed. And the Axis players have a significant amount of armor, and it's really hard to have AT guns versus a Brumbar, which has a great amount of armor, especially at Veterancy 2, and very healthy, and as well as Stukas and Foods wiping out those weapons. They need a large number of Jacksons. The Calliope are, if they're in order to displace their opponent's support weapons as well. This is very dangerous with the Brumbar nearby. Brumbar are lining up a shot, will fire! Oh! Just barely missing the retreating group. We do got AP rounds being called on in. Not exactly the best things to use against infantry. But they will do, of course, do additional damage. Do got a rifle grenade engaging the rifleman. Looks like that one has been written built because of that Veterancy 0. As a 4 will fall back. Will wipe out that Grenadier squad. Those squads will, in fact, of course, fall back. He does have 2 Pioneers, so he does have a lot of repairs, but he may need a 3rd squad. Do we have a mechanized HQ for additional repairs? We do, in fact. And even forward, very far forward, and oh, losing all the Pioneers to that Calliope barrage. Oh, and this has not been upgraded to repair Pioneers, which he really does. But I think he's saving up for King Tiger for the amount of fuel he has. But he's far from the manpower formats. Jagdpanzer engaging the Sherman tank. A couple of smoke grenades coming on out. Allows units to advance forward, but there's nothing here for suppression. But we do got Stukas and Foods barrage coming on in. Where is it going to land? Where is it going to land? Wide for his opponent to do a mass retreat, but he would do a dodge away. Remember, your captain can also do the rally on me for a good dodge. We do got armored skirts now available on the Jagdpanzer. We got infiltration grenades trying to engage these units. We got a large number of Volksgrenadier, all of them at Veterancy 5, so he has a very heavily vetted force. We do got this large flank of blobby riflemen, just blob versus blob, really. Do we see the Brumbar? No, we do not. Ooh, that was a very good infiltration grenade assault, and we'll wipe out one of the Veterancy 3 riflemen. No LMGs on these Grenadiers, but probably just saving up some munitions, not really focusing on them. That's not too big of a problem. Brumbar now fully repaired. We do got a Panzerwerfer. That is another good anti-infantry option, though I would have probably, myself, I would have gone for another Brumbar. because they can actually fight medium tanks quite well. Rifle grenade will wipe out the two members without firing the mortar. The two supporting members will take the mortar and run away. There is a Browning on this Swim Pioneer. Oh, that rifle, that lieutenant, that grenade will miss. You don't want a blob versus a Brumbar, receiving more and more damage. He is now veteran C1, so he does have the bunker buster. Jackson now moving forward. You got the number of support guns here to assault guns here to support. You got the Panzer Warfare barrage coming on in. Will force away the squads, but we got Calliope barrage of his own. You got receiving quite a bit of damage. I'm not sure what was targeted upon it. You got the Jackson now engaging. The Jagdpanzer sustained quite a bit of fire. We will need to fall back, get some repairs. These units will fall back before the Sherman Bulldozer did end real effect. One Calliope is all really needs to ward away his opponent. And we got a large number of riflemen here, but the Brumbar doing quite a bit of good work at this range. Or any range you can see infantry. He may in fact lose that squad. He will force it, run it back, and he will not get wiped out. But he will lose that Jackson. Rifleman squad rebuilt, but he really can't. That's a very good. The Pack Howitzer is now Veterans 3 that now gains additional range, and the Hate Barrage getting 2 very good hits. One more hit will result in death. Jackson will destroy it as well, and that could have been deadly for the Pioneers as well. Jagdpanzer was a huge threat. Now wiping that out will help level out the field for the Allied players. Plenty of fuel for Keen Tiger. He's most likely now should be assigned to save up manpower for it. Rifleman squad moving forward. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one with the Panzer Shrek. Brumbar engaging, getting some very good damage. We got the smoke barrage coming in. There's a mortar team now down to one member. One more shot will pretty much be dead. Sukasafus barrage coming on in. This can be very potent depending on the retreat path. It's going to roll large miss, however. I hear Calliope barrage coming on in, but probably not hit those. Trying to hit the Panzer Warfare or the mortar team. The mortar team is at Veteran C3, does gain the increase of barrage range. Like recently been recruited. Panzer Warfare barrage coming on in. Not sure where exactly eyeing. Will roll a huge miss when he really does need a hit at this moment. You got how the Brumbar still up and about. But the Pioneers are trying to repair it while middle combat, sustaining quite a bit of losses. Rifleman squad receiving a bit of losses. Will run into an MG42 team. Actually, probably into the bunker. Yeah, that may have been the bunker. Jackson moving forward, as well as Sherman ARVE, Bulldozer. ARV is actually another name for the 105mm Sherman in real life. ARV. You got a conscious overflight by the Tactical Support Company player. And there goes the Stug. Having that aircraft spotting, but it gets shot down at the last moment by the Panzer Corps. Stukasavus barrage coming on in. We'll get a good hit onto the Browning. Panzer Grenadiers now assaulting forward, as well as the Volksgrenadier. I hear the King Tiger now out on the field. Panzer Grenadiers, they're good, but they can't engage armor like that. You got the Pack Howitzer engaged with a barrage onto the capture point. We'll roll a couple misses. This is building something. Just salvaging the Stug. Tiger rolling on forward, but there's still a number of Jacksons help ward away. Nothing really decisively killed off, but there's a grand total of... Actually, that's one Jackson went down, so it's just only the 2 Jacksons from this player. If it was me, I would probably send out that Stewart and engage the flanks, but I think there's a pack 40 there to protect. Smoke barrage from the mortar team. Do got a big armor battle encroaching. We could see a Calliope barrage in order to help ward away his opponent. Ooh, good hit there. Tickets in favor of the Axis players at the moment, and they do of course have a double cap, and soon to be a short time a triple cap. We need to streak back now. We'll go ahead and... Oh, but you still may lose it. There's the Pinto Mount, and no, the Stewart will finish it off. Could see another Calliope, but I would like to see another Jackson. He only has... He has 2 Jacksons, and the Stewart is currently repairing. He could just have to leave the Stewart over there to help secure the point, prevent any harassment from the enemy infantry. Sukusufu's barrage iron to destroy that mortar team. We'll roll a large miss onto those infantry squads, and we'll actually roll a large miss on the mortar team as well. There goes the captain. 2 Jacksons are here. It'll be enough to ward away the King Tiger. We'll probably kill it off. There's also these guys with spotting scopes who aid in these center engagements. An elephant would be great at the moment. Well, he's going for a panther. Another possibility. Panzer IV very low in health. Now 1 shot away from death. King Tiger. Oh, there goes the Panzer IV. It was a Veteran C3. That's a bit of a loss. Boombar is still alive. We do got the Panther now fully built. Perhaps a couple AT guns are in order. Or MG42 teams help hold the center. But he still has to worry about the Calliope, so they'll probably be quickly eliminated as well. One of these Jacksons are at Veterans A3 and does gain the increased armor penetration. This King Tiger has received its main gun destroyed. Surprised there was no dive upon it then. Do got an M? Why would you go an M10 when your opponent has King Tigers, Panzer IVs, and Broombars? I really hate when people are too focused on M10s. You got... M10s are more like something you get when you don't have major tech, something you spam out. If you have access to Jacksons, go for Jacksons. But going for M10 spam. Jacksons at this point will be a much better option. M10 spam only is good if you can gain the initial momentum, eliminate your opponent's early vehicles, but they were unable to do that. They didn't have any, or they had one. We got the Light getting some very good damage in, as well as the Panzer Grenadiers. You got this Panzer Grenadier squad with the Panzer Shreks, recently built, it appears to be as well. Oh, there goes that Panzer Grenadier, and he may need to treat this one back. He does not have Panzer Tactician with his current doctrine. Jagdpanzer has been rebuilt. That is another very good option. He has a King Tiger as well. Oh! Triple tapped, apparently. Panther's now moving forward. We'll receive a couple decisive penetrating hits there. So the King Tiger should just stay back. No point getting that damage. It'll take quite a bit of time to repair all their current vehicles at the moment. We got population cap for this blue player. He could go ahead and just perhaps build units, give them to his teammate. I would like to see more bunker buster barrages. We do got a call in of the 240mm howitzer barrage. Iron to destroy this point, or destroy this area. Two tanks are moving on forward. The Jagdpanzer is a little bit too far forward. It will definitely get hit by a snare, and it is vulnerable to a snare at the moment. There is a snare. Number of good hits here. The Jackson's doing some good amount of damage. We got some smoke from the Sherman bulldozer. Very nice. Oh, something. That may just been the. I saw something being moved through the area and that got killed through the mini map. We got the huge assault with a blob of these Volksgrenadier. Pioneer may in fact go down. He can't be losing that. He needs the repairs for repairing all of his own and his teammates' vehicles. HE rounds are coming on into the Volksgrenadiers. We got Stukas barrage. We'll wipe out the MG team. Looks like he did not lose one of his Volksgrenadiers. They're just falling back. We do got a Calliope barrage coming on in. He may in fact lose this one, but no, he's more hitting farther, hitting the King Tiger, just trying to soften it up. We do got a mass retreat here by the Allies. We do got a huge number of M10s. I can see two here. A third one's coming out. I think he's just trying to do a massive sweep. He does have enough fuel for another one if he so chooses, but he does not have the really manpower for it at the moment. His allies currently doing some mass repairs as well as he is. Tiger has sustained quite a bit of damage. Over here, the Bourbon has received some damage. Losing his Veteran 3 Panzer Grenadier is not good. We still got the Panzer Warfare. We haven't seen too many barrages from it. So that is not exactly being all well to use, but it is on cooldown. Maybe we just haven't been seeing where the barrage has been going. I mean, this entire center island's been created out. It really should be underneath the water by now. But of course, water can only there can only be so much water in the world. Macy's Stukas barrage, Panzer Warfare barrage would be good. A couple of hits onto the King Tiger, penetrating hits. The King Tiger's at Veteran 3. Panther now rolling forward. We'll get a nice hit there onto the Jacksons with the Stukas Panzer Warfare barrage coming on in as well. We'll roll here. I'm not exactly sure what it hit. We got the M10s now engaging. Brumbar needs to reposition. AT gun needs to start repositioning. The Panther needs to start repositioning. The Brumbar can actually engage. Main gun destroyed on the Panther. King Tiger still has his main gun, however, available. I'm not sure how many of these guys went down. I think two of them did in fact go down, unless this is the Sherman bulldozer has not been recruited just yet. So 2 for 1 Panther. I say that's a relatively even trade. The Brumbar can fight against enemy vehicles no problem, especially M10s.
M10 ready for action.
We've got another M10 coming on out. We've got a huge resource float by this US player. He is at pop cap, but he can always build a couple Jacksons, decrew them, let his teammate recruit them, and voila! Now he has a force of his own, while he can just has free up population to get some more units. King Tiger will take a bit of time to repair, as well as the Brumbar. 2-2. Wait, there's a Panzer 2. This 2-2 is actually here for spotting scopes, but he has not rebuilt the spotting scope. Oh, we'll destroy the mortar team. We'll barely miss that M10. But he needs to get spotting scopes on this Panzer 2-2 in order for it to be a better reconnaissance here. A couple Panzerfaust coming out. Power only got one of them. The model that was trying to build it. Launch one did get crushed. Actually, he just didn't have enough munitions. Brumbar trying to engage at close range. Ooh, dude got the... It sounded like almost a blitz, but it was not a blitz. Number of penetrating hits onto the King Tigers. Stukas barrage coming on in, perhaps to soften up these guys. We'll almost wipe out that Jackson, but not enough. King Tiger has sustained a huge amount of damage and will in fact go down to the Jackson. Does not have enough fuel to rebuild it at the moment. He just rebuilt a Jagdpanzer, which will consume up all of his current fuel for the time being. He probably will go for another Jagdpanzer for reinforcements. We do got this Sherman tank moving forward, but we'll receive fire from the Brumbar as well as this AT gun. Mortar hit will get a nice mortar team, I should say, get a nice penetrating hit there. We got a large Volksgrenadier assault. Sherman tank is very close to death. The Jagdpanzer is trying to chase it down, but we'll throw out some smoke from the smoke launcher. Volksgrenadiers engaging at close range. Throws out a number of preemptive smoke grenades, but large miss across the board. The Jagdpanzer try to force fire ground war passage for unlucky miss. We'll roll another unlucky miss there. Of course, it's moving. Brumbar engagement. Do got the M10's now trying to engage at close range. The Brumbar is also good versus vehicles, but we do got the Jagdpanzer. He needs to start rolling around this way in order to have his main gun defend himself. M10's not going to roll forward. However, we do got some panic strikes here. Roll double miss. A bit problematic. Brumbar is keeping its distance in order to engage, have his main gun engaging. Another M10 rolling forward, trying to eye for M10 crushes. Will claim a large number of the models, just down to one. There is, however, a teller mine here that can be very problematic. Brumbar will get a roll miss there. And this one will get claimed by the teller mine. That gun is still alive. He can go ahead and initiate target weak point. He could, in fact, stop the Brumbar. Yes, he did, in fact, stop the Brumbar. In order to initiate target weak point, he will initiate target weak point. Oh, but he didn't fire. He did not fire properly, and so he did not get the stun shot. Brumbar, in fact, does go down. He does, however, have enough fuel for the Elephant Tank Destroyer. For another shot, rolls a miss there, but still, I think this sniper's nest is preventing line of sight. Elephant Tank Destroyer now out, but the Elephant Tank Destroyer, while can be very good, but it still has internet problems like any other assault gun. Doesn't have a turret, especially versus M10 Span. Tukusu Barrage come on in, will weaken these Jacksons. Both Jacksons at Efficiency 3 being all very effective. Sherman Tank as well as at Efficiency 3. I haven't seen actually that been rolling around. Currently at 32 kills, very nice. You got this MG34 firing upon the lieutenant. Will pin it down, but we do got the squad. Will ward away this unit. Elephant's now out. Does have the spotting scope equipped. The 222 not being utilized, not being upgraded, the spotting scope. And we do get the pack howitzer engaging with its barrage. We do got barrage upon to the elephant, so they know it's there. Whether he was trying to hit that, I think he was trying to hit the retreating path. Bunker coming out now. He doesn't have the munitions to really support mass bunkers. And the tickets are relatively similar in favor of the Axis players at the moment. And capture is also in favor of them. Still got this assault engineer squad still alive. Hasn't really been all too effective. Only 9 kills in total. We do got a Stukas barrage coming on, but he will lose a Panzer Grenadier to that assault engineer. We're getting up the Veteran C3. Barrage coming on the retreat path. We'll roll a large miss. You need to run with the retreat path, not against the retreat path. More and more M10s coming forward. I would still say Jackson's a better option, but since the Elephant is actually out, he is going to get AT rifle grenade upon it. But there's a couple of Pioneers here nearby to repair it. So the M10s are actually good versus the Elephant tank, I would say. But I would still rather first see a Sherman Span. Regular Sherman Span. Very underrated. Very strong. Do get the pack howitzer barrage, I think, hitting this area. Yes, we do, but missing the Pioneers. M10's not going to be running forward, but they do get spotted by the bunker. The bunker does have very good range of vision. Here, Calliope barrage hitting the Pioneers as they're repairing, but he will retreat back in time before they get wiped out. Sherman tank going very far forward. Very interesting. He is approaching field 4 King Tiger, but he probably needs to get the manpower. We'll have a problem with manpower first. These MGs will suppress those rifleman squad. Eventually, will suppress one. CoH2 barrage coming on in. Oh, this could be nasty. Oh no, he mispredicted the retreat path. And he needs to follow, not to chase. Well, he needs to follow the retreat path in order to really get massive damage upon retreating, because then they can get hit by multiple shots. We'll roll a miss with the Elephant Tank Destroyer. Got the M10s now rolling on forward. We'll run into a teller mine. Will result in death immediately to one of them. The other one is one shot away from death because he's fighting against the Elephant. Will get shot once again. There goes another M10.
A medium tank was just lost.
And his teammate could, of course, most people don't realize this. You can always build the crew, allow your teammate to recruit them to bolster his teammate's force. At least for US. Riflemen now moving forward along with the support of a lieutenant. They're fighting against only 2 Volksgrenadier. They will get ripped apart. We got CoH2 barrage right here or here, perhaps, trying to eye for the retreating path. Only get a handful of number models. We got laying down another teller mine on the location. He's have claimed 2 M10s with that teller mine placement. But the Stuart, that's where the Stuart went. That's a very good spot since they won't be able to contribute much in these late game engagements. Might as well permanently guard a flank, where your opponent can't afford to spend a vehicle to help engage it. Actually, a mortar team's still alive. Haven't seen that firing recently. Could go ahead and just start placing him right here. Actually, the Elephant has claimed 1 infantry kill thanks to that pinto mount, or coaxial, I believe. Sherman tank running forward. We'll find this again with a recently built on, not currently targeting to anything. Nice little harassment.
Americans just eliminated a gun crew.
Oh, but the Elephant will result in the death of the Sherman tank. The overstayed his welcome. They know that this Elephant is alive. So that was staying way too long near the base. We do got these units now moving forward. We do not have any bazookas on this rear echelon. Doesn't look like any weapons other than a minesweeper. That's not exactly a weapon. These Panzer Grenadier squads may in fact get wiped out, but no, they will not. 2 actually finally doing something. We got these units assaulting forward. The MG team's not in the building, but behind the sandbags. Pioneer squads will do quite a bit of damage to the lieutenant. We do got a Panzer truck picked up by the Pioneer squad as well. We got these riflemen engaged, running down this pack team. We do got the Sherman bulldozer also moving forward, but we'll run straight into an AT gun. The AT gun could activate target weak point, but however, we'll run around in circles. We'll see, nope, use target weak point, but we'll get decrew in the middle of it, which means it may actually permanently target weak point mode. Assuming if they haven't fixed that bug.
One of our forward buildings.
Hopefully they fix that bug. I honestly can't remember. We do got the Calliope now firing off another barrage. We haven't seen it fire off too many barrages, not all too effective as well.
Armor ready.
Nerfs really did quite a bit of number onto it. It's not really that effective anymore as a rocket artillery piece. Now the priests are just, I would say, as for a for artillery piece, I would say the priest is better. We'll throw out a smoke grenade, but however, not fully blocked there. Now it is. We actually sort of did a bit of a creeping barrage type style. We'll get a nice hit there. Elephant in a very good position. Does of course have target weak point available, which does the full stun.
Enemy has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
And we'll go ahead and decrew that point, and could send over infantry squad to secure it up. We'll be going for Yog Panther. He had enough fuel for King Tiger. He has saved a bit more manpower, I would say. So I think it's a little bit of a wrong choice. King Tiger is good against infantry as well. Sukasafus barrage coming on. We got more fresh riflemen coming on now. That squad will get burned quite quickly. And you got the machine gun bunker here, doing very good amount of suppression. Ooh, another Brumbar. Very nice. We'll be moving forward to reclaim this point. Elephant Tank Destroyer, a little bit too far out. We'll be hit by an AT grenade. One AT grenade, not enough to get the snare. It will probably take 3 actually. We'll get another snare off, but he had a Panzerschreck. He could have fired that off. We got the Brumbar now responding, a potent AT infantry asset.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Echelon down to his last member. Will fall back. There's nothing really here to take out this Brumbar. There is 3 M10s now available. Sherman Bulldozer is way up here. And the M10s are now engaging. This can be very problematic for the Axis team. The Stukasafus will be taken out. It's Veterancy 5. We'll do a nice little run around. Yog Panther is facing the wrong direction. The Elephant needs to respond, needs to start facing this direction. There goes the Yog Panther, but it only got decrewed. We'll be force firing it now. But no, not. It's close enough to this point in order to get the repairs. Do we got a Pack Howitzer Barrage? Pack Howitzer Barrage would be enough to take it out. This can be repaired. We do got the rifleman now moving forward. He's maybe eyeing for an AT rifle grenade. We do got the Brumbar here to go and do some massive damage. We do got the 240 millimeter barrage coming forward. 2 AT rifle grenades come on in, but you only need 1 to penetrate. Take it out. Number 8 of grenades coming out. First shot come on. Oh! Luckily those infiltration grenades forced mass retreat, or else he would have lost both those squads. Oh, these squads are very bunched up. That rolled a large miss. Oh, that bunched up, like I said, wiped out that squad entirely. Stukasafus, I think I heard going off. No, that's just the Calliope. No, Stukasafus is back now going off. Oh. Barely missing. That could have been a deadly spot.
The capture point is being overrun.
I think they're sharing the same ambulance. Yes, they are both sharing the same ambulance. I suppose that saved some cost. Bunch of misses. I think this was already decrewed. I can't really say. Oh, the M10s are over here now, along with the Sherman Bulldozer. We'll pin down and force away the rear echelon, but the AT gun will be displaced. The M10s will have no trouble versus the scout car. Elephants probably should start changing. We do got the riflemen now moving forward. We do got, I hear the King Tiger now out on the field. Brumbar, this would have been such a good spot for the Brumbar.
Our supply line just got cut off.
Oh, I hear the Stuka dive bomb. Oh! Luckily that's getting nerfed in the next patch. That wiped out one squad doing severe amount of damage because it has the kill all infantry in a certain radius, which is a massive radius. Now it will just do severe damage. And at outer edges. You got a huge amount of damage from the Brumbar. This squad needs to get out of here. This is going to result in a wipe at this rate. Ooh, barely missed. And this Jackson. Wait! Axis Jackson. How did enough repairs? He had lost overall 2 Volks. He must have wiped out the crew and snagged it for himself. Because I see, as the Shun Pioneer is not in the nearby vicinity to get some basic repairs, so he must have decrewed, popped out to repair it, but then didn't realize that he got decrewed. Oh, the crew members got wiped out. You got the M10 assault along with a single Sherman bulldozer. But we'll be losing a number. We'll lose the Stukas of Foost. The Elephant Tank Destroyer will wipe out one of them. The Sherman bulldozer will in fact get out. The Elephant Tank Destroyer is now receiving quite a bit of rear armor shots. But there's not receiving quite a bit of fire there. The Elephant Tank Destroyer needs to destroy that thing now. And now we should just start rolling back home. There goes the Brumbar. Lose to a Jackson as well as the M10. King Tiger's still out. Both the heavies still out. Large number of Axis of Austrian squads now dead. King Tiger's still rolling around. Paul going to be aiming the rifleman squad where he can hit. See? Task force firing the ground. At this point, Willbeater's guard was captured by the Allies. I think it's still very similar. Could go either way. All depends upon the next engagement. The Axis players have both lost a significant amount of forces. So has this player, but he's spamming out enough. So overall, they do have Allies do have better force composition, but they do not have heavy tanks. They're being a bit problematic. These units are being very problematic as well. The Jackson of his own is also problematic. Both these units are very low in health. We do got the M10s now swinging around for a flank. However, the Elephant Tank is going for a wide sweep. The King Tiger is going to get hit by rear armor shots. He's trying to fall back these units for Panzerfaust. He will maintain outside the turret rotation. He will be penetrated by the Jackson frontal armor. There goes the unit. There goes the big cat. And now they're out of tanks here. We do still got the Elephant, not fully repaired. We'll claim one of these M10s. But all they need to do is fight for VPs at this point.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
But there's nothing here to defend. They could place the MG inside this building. I hear Calliope Barrage. I think that just wiped out a Volk squad. Yes, now down to he had... How many Volks did he lose? Last time I checked, he had 4, but now he has 1. Good code OKW player's back is broken. The Austere player, he has still a Brumbar, the fresh Brumbar, as well as the Elephant. I think the Brumbar right now is actually a bad option. I think Panzer IVs would have been a bit better. Because you're fighting against M10s, the Panzer IVs can reasonably trade against them. And they're cheaper. But they're fighting against a lot of infantry, which Panzer IVs can reasonably fight as well. You got these M10s now rolling around in the area. You got the Sherman bulldozer being also problematic. Currently, there is a double cap in favor of the Allies. The Axis tickets are rapidly counting down. Reinforcing Volks are coming on out. Of course, unvetted Volks are not exactly good, especially versus barred-up riflemen.
We are suffering heavy losses. 50 points remain.
More and more of these Volks are getting eliminated, falling back. They're getting streamed in one by one. You got the Brumbar and Church and Bulldozer now engaging. We do got these units going around for a flank. The Elephant Tank Destroyer needs to start reversing, moving back around this direction. This AT gun needs to start repositioning. We got a penetrating hit there, so he can take out that one. He needs to start reverse moving in this direction. It's all about finessing with your assault guns. We'll be trying to hit that one squad. So just try to hit whatever you can. There goes one of them. The other one probably should just start falling back. The Brum Bar is still problematic. The Brum Bar was actually more slotted out the win in the head-on engagement. Intense still rolling around, but using this very good line of sight blocker and a mobility blocker, really. Still managed to dance around, maintain this rear armor, but we'll be being hit by this AT gun. We'll receive another penetrating hit there. At the edge of the map, he's going to have to raise the AT gun. We'll lose it, actually. Oh, dude, we got 3 Jacksons here. The big variant of the M10 spam. We'll wipe out that Brum Bar, no problem. We'll roll a miss with the elephant. And there goes the elephant. That's the last of the Axis heavies. And exactly when the tickets ran out. The Allies are your winner. Sustaining a better unit preservation overall, of vehicle preservation, really. Overall, in the beginning game, unit preservation was very in favor of the Axis, but vehicle preservation was in favor of the Allies. This is Agion saying thank you for watching. Very long game. Have a good day.